on the fifth-year option. If he does not start playing better than he has played so far, that decision will be very easy, and it'll be one that has the Patriots looking at the market for another solution at quarterback.
Well, I can tell you this. We had Rex Ryan here yesterday, as we do every Monday, and he had this to say about Mac Jones' arm talent yesterday.
When he has to make plays, he can't make them. And that's a simple fact. I don't hate. I'm telling you, based on all the years, I've had to defend against everybody. I would love to defend against this guy. Are you kidding me? Like, this guy can't throw.
He doesn't hate. He calls him Pea Shooter Jones, which is a hilarious name.
It's a term of endearment.
He means it in the nicest of possible ways. But the reality is this. Look, RG3, I'll start with you, all right, quarterback.
Yep.
Here's the thing. You cannot hang your hat on being the heady guy, which is what he is. We all knew he doesn't have the outstanding arm talent, doesn't have the outstanding mobility. I understand it, but in this case, it was supposed to be true. He was supposed to walk in so throw-ready, make the smart plays, and he looked it as a rookie. He looked the part as a rookie. If you're going to be that guy, you can't be making the mistakes that even a fan like me knows you cannot make that he did on Sunday.
Yeah, he made the mistakes, and it goes back to the second quarter. They had 2nd and 16. He scrambles out to his right, throws the ball all the way back across the field to his left, and he completes it for a first down.
Yeah, he did.
Same drive. He tries to do the same exact thing, throws a pick six for a touchdown. What I look at this is like, Mac Jones is not a creator. Okay, but they're asking him to create. So that starts with a scheme problem. When you look at what he did in 2021, had the number 6 offense in the NFL. Who was his coordinator? Josh McDaniels, right? One of the best OCs we've ever seen in this league. Now you move forward to this year, and they have one of the worst offenses in the league. Well, what's the difference? Well, in 2021, they were doing play action 27% of the time. That's the type of player that Mac Jones is. Right now, they're doing it 14% of the time. So because of that, they're asking him to, all right, we need you to go out and scramble a little bit. We're going to have the play going to break down. You're going to do all these different things. And that's not who he is. Yeah. For me, this comes down to coaching. In year 2, Bill Belichick messed up his young quarterback. When you give him a defensive coordinator and a special teams coordinator as his offensive coordinator, and now he's on his 3rd coordinator in 3 years in the NFL, that is, to me, the epitome of a coaching malpractice. And Bill Belichick's one of the greatest coaches we've ever seen. He's arguably the greatest coach of all time in NFL history. But he really overthought this, and it's hurt Mac Jones permanently, in my opinion.
I think that's fair. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely – look, the circumstances have not been good. I mean, his rookie season, yes, McDaniels and he clicked. If you look at who they played in that – I mean, they had a schedule that was favorable to a rookie quarterback having success, and their defense was playing at a high level. Right now, there is not a lot around this young man. Like, I'm not – we don't – I don't know if he's got it, right? Like, I don't know if Mac Jones has what it takes to be an NFL starting quarterback. I don't think he has proven that he does, but I do think, to the point earlier about, Stroud versus, like, the circumstances do matter, and he has not been in a good situation since he got in this league. Too much change and not enough weaponry around him.
That's the point you were making this morning, Jeff, is about that offense having no one that scares.
No one. Like you looked at it this season when they put the roster together. You're like, well, they're not going to score points. This is going to be a defense, special teams type team. We're going to go back. And you made the point where they got good 2 tight ends. All right, welcome to 1999. I'm with you too, right? Like, if those are the 2 best guys you got, we're in trouble, boys. I mean, it blows my mind that when you sit back there and everybody's going to be like, well, what's wrong with Mac Jones? The dude is frustrated. To RG3's points, man, when you have what you had last year in the debacle it was, now you have a new offensive coordinator, and you're asking him to go out. Nobody wants to pass, whatever it is. And by the way, they're 32nd in the league in pass protection. 32nd in the league. So not only is he frustrated by not having explosive plays, you're not getting protected. We just made the comment about Daniel Jones. When you get hit all the time, it changes the pace that you play with. Correct. It makes you do things like you're doing. You're throwing across your body, doing all these things because it just continues to snowball. It is a frustrating. And listen, this guy won a bunch of games at Alabama. You start going into the league and you lose, it is frustrating, and you're seeing that frustration play on the field.
And I think he can feel the pressure, and he looks around and there's no help to be had.
Exactly.
So then he tries to press and do Josh Allen-like things without being Josh Allen.
Right.
So, like, you don't have that arm strength, you don't have that size or that speed or that athleticism, and you also don't have Stephon Diggs. Even in that game, you saw Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs made an incredible play, break 2 tackles and score a touchdown. They don't have anybody, and I think this is true for Mac and Daniel Jones, where it's like, I want to throw it to one guy with just one time and him just make it happen for me, please.
And let me just say this about the pea shooter thing, right? There's been some really good quarterbacks in the NFL who don't got, the strongest of arms. You can win in the NFL without having a hose. You know what I mean? Like, give me a break, bro. You got to give the guy an offense that that has structure that he can play in before you just start criticizing his arm strength every time. Because he did it in year one. Somehow he made enough plays in bad weather, in conditions, in all those things. You can't just go all of a sudden his arm ain't strong enough. Like that's you can't do it that way.
I'm pumped for him. I'm pumped for the locker room. Because I think everyone sees it, and then to go out and show that you're capable of it is a whole other thing. Like I said, he's resilient. He's gotten dragged through the mud, and for him to have tasted a little bit of success, even though we didn't win, wish we could have pulled that one out. But I think he's only going to get better.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously I have been very vocal on this topic throughout the season. And so for anyone who wasn't with us yesterday, I'll repeat the two primary things I said. One of them is there are no moral victories in pro sports, except there are. And that was one the other night for the Jets. And two, I begged Zach Wilson to prove me wrong, and he did. He gave the Jets a performance and their fans and their team and everyone else that I genuinely did not believe he had in him. The question is it the beginning of something? If it is, then the Jets can absolutely salvage their season. What did you think?
I hope so. And listen, I'm with you. I do think Aaron Rodgers being there was the biggest thing for Zach Wilson.
You said that leading up.
Yeah.
Why?
When you get a guy who's played as much football as Aaron Rodgers had, the conversations that he can have with his quarterback gives you confidence. Hey, listen, we're going to get into this formation, this set. Here's what you're going to get. Look here or here. Just you simplify the offense and you see a player play fast. Think about when you watch preseason games and the starting quarterbacks are actually calling the plays for these guys and communicating with them. It matters. And by the way, that's not even talking about the week leading up to the game where if it's Hackett or it's Wilson or whoever's deciding to put something in. No, take that out. I'm telling you, I played against this defense. They're going to give us this look. It's no good. I think those things matter to Zach Wilson, and it allows you to play free. I think Aaron Rodgers was a huge addition being back out there.
I think his presence was a calming influence on the team, but more than anyone, Nathaniel Hackett probably just felt good to look over and see, hey, Aaron's in the building. I feel a little cooler. I'm going to call some better plays. But I did also see when you're rewatching the plays, they put some really simple concepts in there. A lot of cross-field stuff where whether it's man, then it's man-to-man. You're going to get the guy outrun to the other side of the field. Whether it's zone, you're going to end up overloading the zone. They did some max protection on certain downs. It seemed like they had a lot of design checkdowns. You can see why the plays were designed. The purpose of this is to get it to the back and the flat. They made it simple for him early, get rid of the ball quickly, and everybody was calm.
Let me put the graphic up there because, and I thought Chris Collinsworth did a very good job pointing this out on the broadcast, RG3, that the first several games that Zach Wilson played this year, that magic number seems to be 2.5 seconds. As the ball come out that quickly, he was doing it about 8 times per game in the first several games this season. The other night it was 15 times, and it was incredibly noticeable, Robert. It was 1-2 out, 1-2 out. Now, I can see that, but I'm not sophisticated enough to tell you why it happened. What was so different?
Yeah, I mean, for Zach Wilson, what they did was they helped him simplify his eyes. I think that's the easiest way to say it. It was pure progression reads across the field. It was bubble throws that he's used to from college. But the main thing that they did was they attacked them with play action. Now, they only ran the ball 16 times. He threw it 39, but he was 10 for 12 for 99 yards on play action pass. He only had 7 play action pass completions going into the game. So when you talk about what did they do, they allowed him to move and groove. And the throw that he had to Allen Lazard in the second quarter, that wasn't a great throw, but Lazard made a play for him, what I call those HBO plays, help a brother out. He came back and helped a brother out on that play. And that really sparked Zach Wilson to start playing well. The main thing I heard from Robert Saleh was if Zach Wilson had gotten the ball back, he's taking us down. We're going to go win the game. That, to me, is a huge sign of hope within the building that this guy's finally playing like we knew he could. But I got to tip my hat to Nathaniel Hackett because the game plan that they put together for him really set him up for success.
And can we talk about this play, just the play action from a protection standpoint and from a quarterback timing? when you talk about simplifying, that's as simple as it gets, right? You know you're going to have 7 pro, you're going to have 6 pro. It's here. This is where the ball has to come out. It is a timing situation, and you force the quarterback to play in it as opposed to drop back and allow things, bad things to happen in front of you.
To me, the most important word in all of this was hope. The Jets looked like a team the previous 3 weeks. No, seriously.
No, yeah.
It did. Come on, guys.
They looked hopeless.
Come
Their
on.
defense looked. Their defense looked.
so funny.
Why is that funny?
No, I mean, you're right. I don't disagree with you, but hope it feels so desperate.
No, but
Last week it was hopeless.
It's
the
certainly is
defense
desperate.
looked like a team that felt it was hopeless.
Yeah.
That there's nothing we can do.
Right.
He gave them. Look how fired up the defense looked as that game went on because they said we got a reason to do this here. This kid actually is giving us a chance to win, which he had not previously
Go
done.
back a week, Joe Namath is ripping them. Like, I mean, think about that. There was no hope, right? And here you have Salah standing up saying, "No, he's been good in practice. We believe in him." They needed this. It would have been great to win it, but the idea that they went down 17-0 to the Super Bowl champions, the greatest quarterback we've ever seen on the other sideline, right?
Yep.
And they were there in the fourth quarter with a chance to win it. They can build on that. The Aaron Rodgers. I asked some people in the building about the Aaron Rodgers effect. They said, well, look, it's not like he was like in his ear or in meetings with him, but Aaron has a calming effect on the building, to Dominique's point, and they really felt that way. And I think we talked about that when Rodgers got hurt. Like, can he still contribute?
Yeah.
And it seems like the effect he's had on the rest of the team since he got there means that he can still contribute if he's around, and his presence will help. I do think the defense, they might have been fired up, but I don't know.
I think
they could be a little better.
I think
The defense?
I think
I mean, they intercepted Patrick Mahomes twice. They only allowed, 20 points in a game against the best offense.
Isaiah Pacheco had 107 yards after contact.
Right.
That indicates the contact could have been more sort of forceful.
Oh, I get it, but I mean,
And I'm sorry, but I mean, like,
Don't crush the hope, man.
I'm sorry, like,
You're
he's
hope right
crushing
now.
the hope right
like
now.
if you're the 85 Bears, right? Which
not the
they,
85
right?
Bears.
Which
They
they,
said they
but
were.
that's been referenced. You get 1 out of 2, at least, 3rd and 20 stops on the final drive.
Yes,
I don't know. Like it.
okay, fair enough. Don't get me started on the officiating on those 2 calls. Don't get me started. On one of them, Jermaine Johnson is being held like a small baby, and on the other one, the ref is just waiting until the ball is intercepted.